Hello everyone, welcome to Scordemy NEET. Okay, this is Krishna Sharma and আজি তোমালোকৰ 8th lecture hobo 8th class hobo on your RE-NEET crash course. ঠিক আছে, হেতু series to আমি আজি 8th lecture to কৰিম আৰু তোমালোকক আজি আমি কোনটো chapter কৰিম মই তোমালোকক কৈ দিছিলো before starting the class human health and disease আৰু লগতে কি microbes in human welfare. ঠিক আছে, these both the chapters, okay, they are from your 12th syllabus, right? এই দুটা chapter আমি কিছুমান questions কৰিম, very important questions, and তোমালোকৰ if you see the PYQs of last 5 years, last 10 years of your NEET paper, right, দেখিবা যে questions তোমালোকৰ এইখিনি conceptৰ পৰাই সোধা হৈছে. ঠিক আছে, so আমি বেছি দেৰি নকৰি start কৰো. Okay, let's get started with the first question. So our first question, which one of the following is not a viral disease? Okay, viral disease মানে কি হয়? The causative organism is a what? Is a virus, isn't it? হয়নে নাই? So কোনটো হয় ইয়াৰে? Is not a virus. Is not a viral disease. Answer will be AIDS. AIDS কি হয়? The causative organism of AIDS is your HIV virus. Okay, so this is a virus. Influenza কি হয়? Influenza virus. Smallpox কোনে তোমালোকৰ which organism is responsible for smallpox? Variola virus, isn't it? Answer will be your typhoid. Okay, typhoid, because typhoid this is a bacterial disease. So ekhini bohute confuse kora hoy na, bohute tomaloke confuse koriba ekhini monot rakhiba je. Okay, the diseases that can be spread from or you can say that can be communicated through one person to another. Okay, through one person to another, that is known as a what? That is a viral disease, whereas your bacterial disease cannot be transported or transmitted from one infected person to another. ঠিক আছে, so typhoid কি হয়? The organism that is responsible for causing typhoid, that is your Salmonella typhimurium. Okay, Salmonella typhimurium, this is the bacteria that causes typhoid. আৰু typhoid তোমালোকৰ কেনেকৈ spread হয়? Through your usually contaminated food and water. Okay, contaminated food and water, typhoid. Okay, typhoid disease, it occurs in a person. ঠিক আছে, হ'ব done. Then next question, the pathogen of malaria enters the human body through malaria বিষয় সুধিছে না. This is again a very deadly disease. If it is not treated properly, it can lead to your fatality. Okay, isn't it? So কি সুধিছে ইয়াতে? আমি জানো যে malaria this is a vector borne disease. Okay, so which is a vector? Vector to কি হয় ইয়াতে malariat? Vector to this is a anopheles mosquito, isn't it? Bite of your female anopheles mosquito. Okay, এইখিনি তোমালোকে সকলোৱে জানা. And again, malaria to তোমালোকৰ যদি মই খুদু malaria disease, it affects which part? Which system of your body? কি হ'ব answer তেতিয়া? Which system mainly? Malaria infects your mainly liver. Okay, mainly liver. তোমালোকৰ blood cells বোৰ affect কৰে malaria, হয়নে নাই? Yes, আমি পঢ়িম আৰু এটো বিষয়. ঠিক আছে, next question আমি পঢ়িম. চোৱা, later on তোমালোকে question পাবা regarding malaria. মই ইয়াতে নকও বাৰু এটো question. ঠিক আছে, so coming to next question. So Widal test is used for diagnosis of, this is very very simple question. Widal test is used for diagnosis of what? This is your mainly your typhoid. Okay, Widal test typhoid. ঠিক আছে, similarly there are specific test যেনেকৈ তোমালোকৰ ELISA test, হয়নে নাই? ELISA, okay, ELISA test. এটো question তোমালোকে দেখিবলৈ পাবা. This is a very repeated concept. কি হয় এটো? This diagnosis test is used for which kind of disease? For your AIDS. Okay, for your AIDS. What is the full form of ELISA? This is enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. Okay, enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. So এনেকুৱা যে তোমালোকৰ specific diagnostic test বোৰ আছে সেইখিনি ভালকে চাবা. ঠিক আছে, এইখিনি important হয়. Okay, next one, which of the following is a pair of your viral disease? Which of the following is a pair of your viral disease? কি হয়? Viral disease again that are caused by your certain viruses, isn't it? So typhoid pneumonia নহয়, হয়নে না? আমি অকমান আগত চালো typhoid this is a bacterial disease. Pneumonia কি হয়? The causative organism Streptococcus. Yeah, Streptococcus pneumonia, isn't it? Streptococcus bacteria causes your pneumonia. Typhoid কাৰণে Salmonella typhimurium. তাৰপিছত চোৱা, common cold and influenza কি হয়? Common cold and influenza. Common cold is caused by which group of viruses? Your rhinoviruses. Influenza কোনে তোমালোকৰ cause কৰে? Influenza virus. Okay, ঠিক আছে then coming to your malaria and amoebiasis malaria আমি চালো malaria কি হে কোনে তোমালোকৰ মিনো the vector টো জানো আমি ঠিক আছে vector is the female anopheles mosquito but what is the exactly causative organism of malaria this is your plasmodium okay plasmodium vivax plasmodium falciparum বহুত তোমালোকে types পাবা the most deadliest form is the plasmodium falciparum okay plasmodium falciparum ঠিক আছে so this is a what this is a plasmodium হয় নাই plasmodium তোমালোকৰ কোনটো কিংডমৰ হয় protista হয় না ঠিক আছে this is not a virus amoebiasis this is spread to your anti-amoeba histolytic amoeba this is an amoeba ascariasis and filariasis these are your fungal diseases okay these are your fungal diseases so answer will be your common cold and influenza both these pairs they are your viral disease ঠিক আছে okay বাকি কেটা বুজিলা বাকি কেটা মই লগতে কৈ দিলো কি হয় ঠিক আছে next question সোয়া the appearance of a disease over a large geographical area is called appearance of a disease soa ei keta you know endemic epidemic pandemic it sounds similar okay these three terms they sound very similar and usually tumalokor bahut confusion hobo pare je exactly ki difference hoy exactly kenike differ kore jetia tumalokor khudha hoiso moi eta option bujai goisu no doubt the answer here okay the answer of this question that is the appearance of a disease over a large geographical area this is your pandemic. This is your pandemic. A very common example is your COVID-19. Yes, COVID-19 that we have. We all as a human population around the world, we have suffered a lot, isn't it? We were in quarantine. Yes, during your 2020 and 2021. Okay, in both these years. So, hetu ki asile? Hetu eta pandemic asile. Hoy na? Etia question endemic ki hoy? Which of the diseases or which of the you can say conditions are called as endemic? So endemic tumar hetue kuwa hoy okay endemic are those kind of disease or those kind of your situation that are very unique okay that are very unique to a specific region unique to a very specific region that means you are going to find that kind of disease commonly okay tar mane maximum time tumaloke ki baba eta common area a specific disease dekhibole poa thik ase thakiboi hetu very common example moi tumaloke koisu so certain kinds of your what neglected diseases okay neglected diseases such as your snake bite you can say dog bites all these are what all these are endemic in your tropical areas all these are where endemic in where endemic to your tropical areas ta mane ki koa hoy mountain areas tumalako junburi no the inhabitants of the mountain areas yes hilly areas teoluk ki hoy teolukor jega tot or you can say they are that kind of population is they are endemic to your certain kind of your diseases such as your snake bite ঠিক আছে হেতু endemic বুজাই এটি epidemic কি হবো epidemic this is a sudden outburst okay this is the sudden outburst or sudden increase of a disease in a specific area okay epidemic this is a tar mane ki hoy epidemic tumalokor swa agote nasile previously there was no such kind of disease or no such kind of your medical emergency in a specific region but what happened suddenly due to many factors okay due to many reasons suddenly tumalokor increase hoy exponentially barhi jay the number of diseases in a specific area hetu kami ki ko hetu ami epidemic ko and when epidemic spreads across the globe okay across the world then that condition is known as your pandemic thik ase bujila so pandemic so all pandemic are epidemic right all pandemic are epidemic but all epidemic are not pandemic ঠিক আছে মনত ৰাখিবা এখিনি the basic difference endemic to buzila endemic this is very unique to a specific region that তোমালোকে maximum তোমালোকে দেখিবলৈ পাবা okay next question so which blood cells are affected by your hiv full form ki human immunodeficiency virus okay hiv human immunodeficiency virus they are also known as your what they are also known as your retroviruses okay retrovirus okay ঠিক আছে because why they are known as retrovirus because they converts your rna into dna through reverse transcriptase enzyme ঠিক আছে now coming back to the question which blood cells affected hiv lymphocyte yes lymphocyte definitely but which type of lymphocyte is it your b lymphocytes or your helper t lymphocytes this is your helper T lymphocytes it is your commonly known as your CD4 okay CD4 cells okay So HIV virus affects your CD4 cells, also known as your helper T lymphocytes. Thus কি হয় তোমার কি হ'ব বডিত? If HIV virus infects, okay, if infects the immunity producing cells, what will happen? Your immune system as a whole, it will start to collapse. It will start to collapse. The number of WBCs will decrease. Thus, you will be more vulnerable to your opportunistic infections. Okay, your body will be more vulnerable to your opportunistic infections. Okay, buzila? ঠিক আছে? আৰু সোৱা okay, sorry, AIDS, right? AIDS and HIV, what is the basic difference between these two? Again, itu bahut tumalokor conceptual question hoy, tumaloke jana to important. So bahote ki bhul kora, tumaloke bhaba je HIV mane AIDS hoy. No students, it's wrong. See, HIV is just the infection, okay, just the infection of your what, of your body with the virus, that is your human immunodeficiency virus. And mind you, okay, if a person has been infected with this virus, he might not show symptoms until your 5 to 10 years of range. Can you imagine? Buzilane? Ejon manu, suppose, okay, he is infected, okay, he is infected with HIV virus. Even then, ki hobo? Hey manujone tumalokor eko symptom nedekhabo pare until 5 to 10 years of this, this period. Kyo? Because see, AIDS is usually the last stage, okay? This is the last stage of your HIV infection. And that is why this is known as your acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. Full form of AIDS is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. There is no cure to it. There is no cure. AIDS is not curable. Okay? Remember this, AIDS is not curable. HIV infection is curable if it is diagnosed at the earliest possible stage, okay? But ki hoy, maximum time out tumalko this goes undetected because people are not aware. People find it, kind of a shame to go to the physician and do the consultation, do the diagnosis. Hoy na? Hetu karone many of the HIV infected people, they remain asymptomatic until they finally enter the last stage of your HIV infection, that is your AIDS. Thik ase? And finally it leads to what? It leads to death. Hoy na? So it is very important again. Hoy na? Ekhini tumar social awareness very important. So logote moi tumalako ekhini bujai disu. Thik ase? Okay. Now again, next question soa. The malarial parasite requires 2 hosts to complete its life cycle. Such a parasite is known as what? So the malarial parasite ki hoy? Plasmodium vivax. Yes, Plasmodium. Hoy na? Plasmodium vivax বা Plasmodium falciparum. Yes, there are 3 types mainly. Plasmodium vivax, this is the most deadliest form. So this is a what? This is a protista. This belongs to the kingdom Protista, okay? And see, this causative organism, okay, this causative organism completes 2 life cycle. One in your mosquito, okay? In mosquito, it exhibits your sexual reproduction, yes? And one cycle, okay, one life cycle in your human being, right? And that is your asexual reproduction. Clear? Etia enuka type of ami parasite ki kau which needs your 2 hosts to complete its life cycle. We name them as digenetic parasite, okay? Digenetic parasite because they exhibits 2 life cycle. Eta tumalokor sexual reproduction hoy in mosquito and your asexual reproduction in your what? Human beings, right? Sporozoid. আমি পঢ়িম এইটো, সেইটো মই ইয়াতে নকৰাও। আকৌ নেক্সট কুৱেশ্যন পাবা, সেইটো আমি পঢ়িম যে কি কয়। What is the infective stage of this malarial parasite known as in your human beings and as well as in your mosquito? Okay, ঠিক আছে, এইখিনি বুজিলা হ'ব। মনোজেনেটিক কি হয় লগতে মই লগতে বাকি কেইটাও কৈ দিছো। মনোজেনেটিক that requires only 1 host, okay? Monogenetic that requires only 1 host to complete its life cycle. ঠিক আছে, বাকি saprophytic autotrophic টো জানাই, এইখিনি বুজাব নালাগে হ'ব, এইখিনি মই নকওঁ আৰু চোৱা। Then next, which immune response is produced by your antibodies? Okay, which type of immune response? Is it your cell mediated immunity? Is it your humoral immunity? Is it your innate immunity or is it your passive immunity? Ki hobo? Answer, Which immune response? Antibodies. There, how many antibodies we have? So antibodies usually we mean WBC, right? WBC, these are antibodies. They produce antibodies. But how many type of antibodies are produced? Our body produces your 5 types of antibodies with the immunoglobulin starting with IG, IgA, okay, IgE, ঠিক আছে, IgM. These three are the most important, okay, ঠিক আছে, আমি ইয়াৰ significance কম. That's why again coming back to this question, say antibodies, okay, antibodies, these are what? Immunoglobulins, right? These are immunoglobulins. So these are circulated in the humerus, okay, circulated in the humerus of your body fluid, okay. Humerus মানে কি? Body fluid বা তোমালোকৰ blood vessel, ঠিক আছে, তাক তোমালোকৰ কি হয়? Circulate হয়, ঠিক আছে, it gets circulated, then what? And the foreign particles or the pathogens that enters this stream, that enters this humerus, or you can say the body fluids, these pathogens are then recognized by these immunoglobulins, and what? A reaction, antibody reaction is being what? It is being mediated. So this is known as this kind of response is known as your produced by antibodies. This is known as your humoral immunity. Humoral immunity. So humoral means humerus. Humerus ki hoy? Body fluids. Since these antibodies are circulated in your body fluids known as your humerus, so this type of immunity is known as your humoral immunity. ঠিক আছে? বাকি innate immunity ki hoy? Innate immunity is a type of immunity that is present in your body since birth, ঠিক আছে, birth hote tumalokor ejon eta baby, okay, eta baby tumalokor birth hote jontu tumar immunity present thakibo, ঠিক আছে, jontu immunity present thakibo etu ami innate buli kau, ঠিক আছে. Passive immunity কি হয়? Again passive immunity তোমালোকে ইন different types পাবা, artificial পাবা, active পাবা, হয়নে, ঠিক আছে, artificial passive পাবা, artificial তোমালোকে active পাবা, হেনুকা পাবা. Passive immunity বুলি কি কোৱা হয় সোৱা? A very good example of passive immunity is what? This is your colostrum, okay. In colostrum কোনটো immunoglobulin থাকে? Colostrum IgA থাকে, হয়নে না? IgA antibody or you can say immunoglobulin, this is present in your colostrum. The colostrum, this is the first milk, first yellowish fluid that is being secreted by your what? Mother's, yes, mother's breast after the birth, okay, after the birth of your baby. Within initially in your between 1 to 3 days of your birth, okay. Hetu jontu tumalokor milk ulai hetu ami colostrum buli kau, and this is rich in antibodies, right? Antibodies, that is your, it contains your immunoglobulin IgA, and a colostrum ki provide kore tumalokor passive immunity provide kore, right? So this is very important and this is very healthy for the newborn baby, okay. It has to be fed, and tumalokor colostrum should not be thrown away, okay. It is not dirty, it is not impure blood, it is very much rich in your antibodies, ঠিক আছে, hobo, okay. Then next, so vaccination. Vaccination generates which type of immunity? কি উদিছে ইয়াতে? Artificial না natural না artificial passive, okay. So artificial active না artificial passive না natural passive না natural active, কোনটো হবো? What is vaccination actually? Vaccination মানে কি হয়? কি করা হয় vaccination-ত? So vaccination, this is the administration of your, okay, killed pathogens, right? Vaccination, this is the administration of your killed or weakened pathogens directly into your bloodstream, ঠিক আছে. Pathogens তোমালোকৰ inject কৰা হয়, but these pathogens are in your what? Dead state or weakened state, right? এতিয়া কি হ'ব? When these killed pathogens are being injected in your body, okay, in your bloodstream, then what happens? Ketia tumalokor the blood cells, okay, the WBC meaning the antibody, they recognizes it, okay, they recognizes these pathogens and form some memory cells, right? Ki hoy the memory cell create kore, and then if the body is exposed, okay, if the body is exposed to the similar pathogen later in the life, what happens? Our memory cells or our antibodies, since they have already memorized this cell, okay, they easily recognizes it and produces antibody in reaction to the pathogen, ঠিক আছে. And this is how immunity is being produced, okay. This is how you can say you are immune to those kind of pathogen that was being injected to your body through vaccination, ঠিক আছে. This is the principle of vaccination, okay, ঠিক আছে. এতিয়া এটো কি হয়? কেনেকুৱা টাইপ অফ immunity হ'ব তোমালোকৰ? This will be your artificial active immunity. Since it was being introduced artificially to your body, okay, and the immunity that you showed, it was active in your nature, right? Active হয় তোমালোকৰ because first তোমালোকৰ memory cells বনোৱা হৈছে হয়নে না আৰু এটা booster dose দিয়া হয় কিয় দিয়া হয় booster dose? Why do you take booster dose of vaccination? Because to strengthen the memory, okay, memory to তোমালোকৰ strong কৰিবলৈ হেতু বস্তু booster dose দিয়া হৈছে. This is your artificial active immunity, okay, ঠিক আছে. Next, histamine, okay, histamine, this is released during your allergic reactions, okay. Yes, we know this. Histamine, this is released during your allergic reactions, and it is secreted by which of the cell? Kune secrete kore histamine? Histamine, so this is secreted by your mast cells, okay, mast cells. And mast cells, these are your part of your mainly WBC, okay. This is a not part, actually this is a type of your WBC, okay, WBC. ঠিক আছে WBC এর আমি কি জানো granulocytes, a granulocytes হনে না granulocytes এটা তোমালোকৰ type হয় mast cells. So mast cells secrete histamine during your allergic reactions, and this histamine, okay, histamine causes your vasodilation, inflammation, right? Inflammation, vasodilation, and logot তোমালোকৰ কি হ'ব itching হ'ব, runny nose, sneezing, okay, all this kind of symptoms you will experience, okay. ঠিক আছে তাৰ পিছত now what are allergens? Actually allergens can be any object. Usually the most common type of allergens include your pollen, ঠিক আছে pollen, তাৰ পিছত তোমাৰ dust. All these are your common allergens that triggers, okay, that triggers our blood cells to release your histamine, and this kind of symptoms we experience, right? And the common diseases related with your allergic reactions, okay, this includes your hay fever, yes, hay fever, tar bisot tumalokor runny nose, okay, sneezing, এইবোৰ tumalokor common condition hoy. And the you can say the medicine or the intervention to control this allergic reaction is to introduce antihistamine, okay, antihistamine, or to prevent the exposure, okay, or what you can do, you can just prevent the exposure to your allergens, ঠিক আছে. So answer is your mast cells. লগতে বন্ধু মানক গুটেখিনি বুজাই দিলো, ঠিক আছে, allergic reaction কি হয়, allergens কি হয়, histamine কি কৰে, কি symptoms হবলে পারে, ঠিক আছে, এইখিনি কলো. Next, the causative organism of typhoid is, so it already মই তোমালোকৰ, this is your Salmonella typhimurium or typhi, simply Salmonella typhi. This is a gram negative bacteria, okay, causative organism of typhoid, this is a bacteria Salmonella typhi, this is a gram negative bacteria, okay. Then Plasmodium vivax কি হয়, malaria হয়. Enta-amoeba histolytica, this is the causative organism of your amoebiasis, okay, ঠিক আছে. This is a what? This is a amoeba, okay, this is a amoeba. Next question. So ringworm infection is caused by ringworm infection. কি হয় এটো ringworm infection? Example, filariasis, ascariasis, all these are what? All these are conditions of your ringworm infection, isn't it? কি হয় causative organism to তোমালোকৰ মই অকমান আগত কৈ দিছো, these are what? These are your fungal diseases, okay, fungal diseases. See, even though here it is written ringworm, eto nubujiba je worm bujaise, worm nohoy, but this is a what? This is a fungi, okay, this is a fungi. So these are fungal, what? These are fungal infections. So ki hoy usually tumalokor ringworm infection, mainly it affects the skin, okay, it affects the skin. Your skin becomes scaly, your skin becomes dry, itchy, yes, এইবোৰ দেখিবলৈ পোৱা কেতিয়াবা তোমালোকৰ কি হ'ব, your upper layer, okay, upper layer of your skin, it gets it lacks the what? The skin protein keratin, ঠিক আছে, that keratin is being removed off, right? That is the reason why your skin starts to break, crack, okay, ঠিক আছে. এইখিনি তোমালোকৰ symptom commonly দেখিবলৈ পোৱা. Again, ringworm infection, this can be spread, okay, such as your filariasis or ascariasis. This can be spread through your what? You can say using the personal objects of an infected person, such as your towel, comb, soap, then you can say pillow cover. এইবোৰ তোমালোকৰ কি হয়, এইবোৰ তোমালোকৰ ইউজুৱেলি পাৰ্সোনাল বস্তু হয় হয়নে নাই, পাৰ্সোনালি এজন মানুহে ব্যৱহাৰ কৰা বস্তু. সো সেই ইনফেক্টেড মানুহ এজনৰ পৰা যদি তোমালোকে এইবোৰ বস্তু ব্যৱহাৰ কৰিছা, ওকে, you have the chance or you have the risk of getting infected with this kind of what fungal infections ঠিক আছে হব okay next coming to your okay question number 13c the infective stage okay infective stage of plasmodium that enters the human body is infective stage কি হয় that enters the human body কি কৈছিলো মই this is a, since this plasmodium this is a digenetic parasite it requires your two hosts the mosquito and your human okay humanot কি কৰে তোমালোকৰ asexual reproduction কৰে okay so infective stage that enters the human body this is your sporozoite okay sporozoite and sporozoin okay in mosquito sorry in mosquito this is your what this is your the infective stage of plasmodium you can say in mosquito this is your this continues your sexual reproduction okay this exhibits your sexual reproduction not your asexual reproduction ঠিক আছে হবো এতিয়া সোয়া what happens okay again one second হবো এটা তোমালোকক মই next question কৰিম ঠিক আছে ইয়াতে নকও মই বাৰু হবো see yes this is what I was talking about hemozoin okay hemozoin কি হয় hemozoin this is associated with what কি হয় এটো hemozoin কোড দেখিবলে পাবা so hem word দেখিছা মানে কি হয় this is related to your hemoglobin মানে কি blood yes red blood cells হয় না নাই so this is associated with your hemozoin malaria okay malaria right this is associated with your malaria the hemozoin কি হয় so the infective stage of plasmodium it enters the intestine of human okay it enters the intestine ঠিক আছে তাত কি হয় তাত the plasmodium the parasite okay the parasite infects the hemoglobin okay infects the hemoglobin or you can say rbcs infect করে and they releases okay and this rbcs they releases a toxin waste that is known as hemozoin okay hemozoin thus causing the rupture of rbc okay thus causing the rupture of rbc and this is the reason why okay the patient okay the or you can say the person who is diagnosed with malaria experience shivering chills high fever হয় না এইবোৰ কিহৰ কাৰণে হয় সো বহুতে ভাবে কি যে এইবোৰ তোমালোকৰ malaria বাবে হৈছে বা মহে তোমালোকৰ কি হয় mosquito bite কৰাৰ কাৰণে হৈছে no the fever or the chills that a patient suffers okay who is infected with malaria or you can say malaric patient who suffers this is usually due to the rupture of rbc okay this is due to the rupture of rbc and this rupture of rbc is caused by what this is caused by your hemozoin this is a toxin waste that is being released okay it is being released when the sporozoite or you can sporozoite infects the or targets the rbcs ঠিক আছে okay then the common cold is caused by again this is very simple question yes this is your rhinoviruses common cold is caused by your group of rhinoviruses ঠিক আছে একনি আৰু নকও তোমালোকক গম পোৱা hiv is কলো retrovirus hiv this is nothing but this belongs to the group of your retroviruses okay বাকি এটো না লাগে option d না লাগে জানিব which of the following this is an autoimmune disorder which of the following is an autoimmune disorder the autoimmune মানে কি হয় autoimmune means see an autoimmune disorder is a type of condition okay or is a condition where your immunity cells okay your body immunity cells কি হয় attacks its own cells okay attacks its own cells তার মানে কি হয় it fails to differentiate between your foreign cells and its own cells thus কি হ'ব যদি তোমাৰ নিজৰ বডিৰ okay তোমাৰ নিজৰ body turns against your body কি হ'ব it will lead to difficulty right it will lead to difficulty তোমালোকৰ কি হ'ব experience difficulty in day to day life activities বোৰ নহব হয় না so similarly so autoimmune disorder বুজিলা among all these দেখিলে গম পাইছে সাকে option answer b will be correct okay rheumatoid arthritis where what happens say your immune cells will what they will unable okay they are unable to differentiate between your body cells and foreign cells thus it will lead to your inflammation of your joint. Rheumatoid arthritis or symptom ki hoy? It leads to inflammation of your joint, causing your severe pain, okay, causing your severe pain and discomfort in your joint. Okay, it can be your ankle joint, it can be your wrist joint, it can be your neck joint, it can be your shoulder joint, any kind of joint. Ki hobo? It gets inflamed, okay, inflammation hoy, and thus this leads to your severe pain and discomfort, okay. Then next, cancer causing genes are called ki hoy? Cancer causing genes are called your oncogenes, right? Itu jana hobo hi nubuja or oncogenes. And oncogenes, this can be either your malignant or benign. Malignant man ki hoy? Malignant are those kind of cells that keeps on spreading from one part to another, whereas your benign genes or benign you can say cancer cells, these are those kind of cells that remain stagnated, they remain fixed at one position of the body, thus they can be removed through surgery, okay, they can be removed through surgery, whereas your malignant cells, they cannot be removed, okay, since it spreads from one part to another, right? Next question, interferons. So interferons are used against. Interferons ki hoy? These are proteins, okay, these are proteins. Interferons are proteins secreted by your virus infected cells, okay. Interferons are proteins secreted by your virus infected cells. So these are used against your viral infections, okay, these are used against your viral infections. Clear? Okay, AIDS is caused by, to janu hokolu ami pohilu bahut bar hobo, retrovirus. Next, the first line of defense in the human body includes. First line of defense mane ki? Primary defense, ঠিক আছে, primary defense মানে কি? Barrier hobo. Primary defense means what? This is the barrier. So barrier আমাক কোনে provide করে? And our body, this is your skin and mucous membrane, হয় না? Our skin and mucous membrane of our what? Entire body covering our different organs, they provide a barrier for what? For protection from the different pathogens and different microorganisms that we are being exposed to on a daily basis, ঠিক আছে? So they provide the first line of defense. Done? Then the microorganism used in production of Swiss cheese. So these questions are directly your factual question, okay, you have to understand, you have to remember the fact as it is, okay. Eta tumalok iman bujabole eku nai, tumalok just bacteria number monot rakhibo lagibo. Ami korim eniko match the following ase episode question, but these questions are from your microbes and human welfare, ঠিক আছে, etu chapter pora hoy, and ekin tumaloke monot থাকিব lagibo because questions are repeatedly asked from this part, okay. খুৰাই পকা তোমালোকে questions দিয়া হ'ব, কেতিয়াবা assertion reasoning ত পাবা, match the following ত পাবা, fill in the blanks নোপোৱা বাৰু, yes, match the following by assertion reasoning ত পাবা এইবোৰ questions, ঠিক আছে. So ayate microorganism used in production of your Swiss cheese, this is your Propionibacterium shermani, yes, Propionibacterium shermani, ঠিক আছে. কি হয় এটো? When this bacteria is used in production of your, Swiss cheese, what happens? Carbon dioxide gas is released. Yes, carbon dioxide gas is released, and this gas gets trapped within the what? Gets trapped within the cheese. Thus, this trapped carbon dioxide, this is the reason why you see beautiful holes, right? Holes in the Swiss cheese, okay? So this carbon dioxide is responsible for giving the, whole texture, yes, different whole texture of the Swiss cheese. ঠিক আছে? হবো? Next, BOD of wastewater is estimated by measuring. BOD ki hoy? BOD of wastewater is estimated by measuring. Keneke measure koriba? But first of all, what is BOD? This is the biological oxygen demand, okay? Biological oxygen demand. So this is estimated by measuring. How you are going to measure? By measuring your oxygen consumption, right? By measuring your oxygen consumption. That tar mane ki bujaise soa? BOD hoise biological oxygen demand, right? So if a water body, okay, if a water body contains a lot of organic matter, okay, a lot of organic matter, then what will happen? They will consume more oxygen, right? They will consume more oxygen. Thus BOD of that water body means what? Here they are talking about wastewater. So the BOD of that wastewater is going to increase, okay, is going to increase, right? So that is the reason why we can, you can say that the BOD is a indicating factor of a wastewater, if it is clean or if it is what? If it is impure, right? So higher the BOD, more dirty is the water. Lower the BOD, it is good for the water body, right? So etu ami ki sao ami mainly ami oxygen consumption sao by the organic matter, thik ase? More oxygen consumption mane ki? More amount of your organic matter. Low oxygen consumption mane ki? Low amount of your organic matter present in the water. Then methanogens. Methanogens belong to ki hoy methanogens? Kunto group or hoy? Is it a fungi? Is it eubacteria? Is it archaebacteria? Or is it cyanobacteria? Methanogens ki hoy? This is a what? This belongs to your archaebacteria. Okay, archaebacteria. And methanogens, they are found in your rumen of cattle. Okay, they are found in the rumen of your cattle. Methanogens are responsible for digesting cellulose in case of cattle. ঠিক আছে? লগতে methanogens wa yate tumarako with this question, right? And a commonly asked question ki hoy methanogen, they produce your methane gas. They are responsible for producing your methane gas. Methanogens, ঠিক আছে? They belong to the group archaebacteria. They produce your methane gas. Methane gas, okay? And also you will find methanogen bacteria in the rumen of cattle, where they help the cattle to digest cellulose, right? ঠিক আছে? So কি কল methanogens, they generate their methane gas. Methane gas is an important component of what? Component of biogas. Okay, component of your biogas. So logote tumalogor etu question pudha hoy with this okay, with along with methanogens. So janibo lagibo biogas component dile ki hobo? Components of biogas includes your methane. Okay, this is the highest percentage in biogas. So methane around kiman tumalogor 50, right? 50 to 70%. Okay, 50 to 70% methane. ঠিক আছে? Then কি থাকিব? Carbon dioxide. Okay, carbon dioxide. And the third one is what? Hydrogen sulfide. Okay, hydrogen sulfide. So these three are the components of your biogas. Okay, done. Next question. Cyclosporin A is produced by, মই কৈছিলো নহয় এইখিনি লাগিব গোটেইখিনি তোমালোকৰ produced by what and what are the applications, what is the significance of this kind of biomolecules, right? Bioactive molecules, ঠিক আছে? এইখিনি গোটেইখিনি important, so আমি এটা এটাকে কৰিম. So cyclosporin A কি হয়? We know that this is a immunosuppressive agent, right? It is an immunosuppressive agent. So it is produced by your Trichoderma polysporum. Cyclosporin A is produced by Trichoderma polysporum. Now, it is a cyclosporin A. This is an immunosuppressive agent. Where is it used? Code use hoy. This is used in your liver transplant, heart transplant, kidney transplant. Okay, এইবোৰ major surgeries of tumalokor this compound is used. How it helps? Why is it used and how it helps? Since it is an immunosuppressive agent, it helps to prevent organ rejection. Okay, what does it do? It helps to prevent organ rejection. Clear? ঠিক আছে? Okay, remember this is an immunosuppressive agent. It is used in your liver transplant, heart transplant, kidney transplant, all this kind of major surgeries. Why? Because it helps to prevent your organ rejection. ঠিক আছে? Next question, statins. Statins are obtained from, statin again, this is a very important biomolecule or bioactive molecule. Jeneke koa, ঠিক আছে? Biomolecule, bioactive molecule kole hol. These are again obtained from your Monascus purpurus. These are obtained from Monascus purpurus. And statins, these are what? The significance of statin is what? What is the organs? What is the application of statin? This is a blood cholesterol lowering agent. Okay, this is a blood cholesterol lowering agent. ঠিক আছে? Okay, it inhibits the enzyme. It inhibits the enzyme that produces a cholesterol. ঠিক আছে? কেনেকে তোমালোকৰ হেৰি কৰে? Blood cholesterol lower কৰে, low কৰিব help কৰে, or you can say how does it help to decrease blood cholesterol level? By inhibiting the what? Inhibiting the enzyme or inhibiting the action of the enzyme that takes part in what? In preparing your cholesterol. Okay, in making your cholesterol. Okay, ঠিক আছে? Next, the bacterium used as a clot buster. Clot buster. ক্লট বাস্টাৰ মানে কি সৰি ক্লট বাস্টাৰ তাৰ মানে তোমালোকৰ ব্লাড ক্লটস ব্ৰেক কৰাত হেল্প কৰে okay it helps to break the blood clots so this is your streptococcus bacteria it releases or it synthesizes which enzyme streptokinase okay streptokinase enzyme is being synthesized by your streptococcus bacteria ঠিক আছে and this streptokinase okay streptokinase converts plasminogen ঠিক আছে converts plasminogen to plasmin and plasmin this compound plasmin helps to break down okay helps to break down your fibrin clots okay helps to break down your fibrin clot ঠিক আছে fibrin clot okay now again where is it exactly used this streptococcus bacteria or you can say streptokinase where is it exactly used it is used in treating conditions such as your thrombosis cardiovascular diseases heart attack এইবোৰ কন্ডিশনত তোমালোকৰ blood clot to ভাঙিবলে what use কৰা হয় okay this is a medical significance right তাৰপিছত চোৱা match the microbes with okay ইয়াতে তোমালোকৰ আচ্ছা অপশন দিয়া নাই হয়নে অপশন দিয়া নাই ডাইৰেক্টলি তোমালোকৰ টেবলখন দিয়া হৈছে হয়নে টেবলখন দিয়া হৈছে there are no options actually anyway চোৱা একো নাই আমি পঢ়িলো so match the microbes with product কি আছে তোমালোকৰ একেটা তোমালোকৰ মাইক্রোব হয় ঠিক আছে aspergillus niger acetobacter aceti clostridium butylicum and lactobacillus okay lactobacillus so this is direct what this is a direct NCERT question হয়নে NCERT পাবা এখিনি question ঠিক আছে সো এখিনি জানিব লাগিব যে তোমালোকৰ ইজি কোৱেশ্চন হয় কি হয় সো aspergillus niger this synthesizes what citric acid yes citric acid next what acetobacter aceti citric acid code paba in your citrus fruit okay your citrus fruit contains citric acid they are very rich in citric acid acetobacter aceti contains acetic acid okay produces acetic acid okay clostridium butylicum butyric acid and lactobacillus bacteria we all know it produces your lactic acid this is present in your curd okay this is present in your curd and this is a very good bacteria okay good bacteria or you can say this is a healthy gut bacteria right that helps to keep our digestive tract or keep our gut health in a very good position okay because or you can say in a healthy state right then cyclosporin A is used as an immunosuppressive agent okay etu ami already pohilo hoy na etu already ami pohilo this is your trichoderma polysporum thik ase etu baru moi repeat nokoru aru trichoderma polysporum streptokinase is produced by streptococcus is used for ekini moi already kolu hoy na already kolu the significance this is your for clot dissolution yes streptokinase produced by streptococcus for your clot dissolution reason behind large holes in Swiss cheese kyo hoy again মই তোমালোকক বুজাইছো already হেতু কোৱেশ্চনত kyo hoy so for Swiss cheese তোমালোকৰ large holes these are created by your carbon dioxide gas that is released and it gets trapped in the cheese right edu so see carbon dioxide production by your propionibacterium that gets trapped within the cheese and thus it gives the large holes texture in your Swiss cheese right bioactive molecules with their function okay again eto question again tumalok incomplete hoy ase yate tumoi najano ki ho karone anyways ki hodise tumalok so these are the bioactive molecule ami already korilo ekata question ki koise de just you have to match the function right ami ebar revision korilo thik ase already ami korisu streptokinase ki hoy clot buster right this is a clot buster so streptokinase this is a clot buster right tar pisot ki hoy statin this is a blood cholesterol lowering agent right blood cholesterol lowering agent okay blood cholesterol lowering agent thik ase then cyclosporin A this is a immunosuppressive agent hoy and lipases ki hoy lipases these are what lipase, these are used for digestion of protein is fats, right? Digestion of fats. Okay, ঠিক আছে? Curd formation from milk occurs due to, again very easy, lactobacillus bacteria. They produces your lactic acid, right? Biogas mainly contains, কি হয়? Biogas mainly contains, মই অকমান আগত কলো আকৌ components of biogas, দেখিছা question সুধা হয় এইটো বাৰৰ পৰা। Components of biogas, the main component of biogas, this is your methane. What is the chemical formula? CH4. So you have to remember the formula also, right? Methane, this is the the main component of biogas along with your carbon dioxide and hydrogen sulfide. ঠিক আছে, এই তিনটা main component হয়। Okay, activated sludge contains, কি হয়? Activated sludge contains your microbial floc, right? Activated sludge contains your microbial floc. Okay, এটো কি হয়? Activated sludge মানে কি হয়? তোমালোকৰ sewage treatment দেখিবলৈ পায়, ঠিক আছে? Sewage treatment, and this is, you can say, a very biodegradable form of your energy production. Okay, fuel production, right? These microbes present in the activated sludge, it helps to release your biogas, and this biogas can be used for, or you can say they can be used as a cooking fuel, right? It can be used as a cooking fuel. ঠিক আছে? The bacterium used as biofertilizer in leguminous crop. কি হয়? Biofertilizer in leguminous crop. What is leguminous crop? Leguminous crops are those crops that helps to fix nitrogen, okay, into ammonia. Nitrogen fixation বুলি কওঁ, ঠিক আছে? Nitrogen fixation help কৰে। So কোনটো bacteria use হয় তাতে? Rhizobium. Okay, rhizobium, this is the most common bacteria that is used to, or you can say that is used as a biofertilizer to fix nitrogen in case of your leguminous plant. Root nodules থাকে তোমালোকৰ, ঠিক আছে? Root nodules কি থাকে তোমালোকৰ? Nitrogen fix কৰা হয়, nitrogen is converted into atmospheric nitrogen. Okay, ঠিক আছে? Atmospheric nitrogen is converted into what? Is converted into ammonia. Okay, ammonia, right? And this nitrogen fixation process, it helps in the enrichment of soil. Okay, it helps in the enrichment of soil, thus it increases the health of the soil. Okay, so this is very important. Yes, rhizobium bacteria is very important, right? Rhizobium kot thake? Rhizobium bacteria is present in the root nodules of these leguminous crops. It includes your pea, nut. Pea is the most common leguminous crop, ঠিক আছে? এইবোৰ প্লান্টত তোমালোকৰ root nodules কি থাকে? Rhizobium bacteria থাকে, and rhizobium bacteria present in the root nodules, they help to fix the nitrogen from the atmosphere into your ammonia. Thus it helps to enrich the fertility of the soil, ঠিক আছে? Bt toxin is produced by, Bt toxin কি হয়? This is a genetically modified, you can say, gene. Yes, হয় না? By using biotechnology, হয় না? By using biotechnology. So this is produced by Bacillus thuringiensis. Yes, Bacillus thuringiensis. So BT stands for your Bacillus thuringiensis. হয় না? কি হয় এটো? BT toxin, this is a toxin. Okay, this is a toxin that activates your cry gene. Okay, that activates your cry gene, ঠিক আছে? এই cry gene to again কি কৰে? This cry gene again, okay, this cry gene makes the alkaline gut. Okay, makes the gut of your, so কিছুমান ইনসেক্ট, ঠিক আছে? যেনেকৈ তোমাৰ BT cotton, মই কৈ আছো BT cotton, ঠিক আছে? These genetically modified crops, okay, sorry, this genetically modified gene, this is being introduced in your crops such as BT cotton. Okay, BT cotton, then what? BT jute, এইবোৰ ক্ৰপত তোমালোকে দেখিবলৈ পোৱা, ঠিক আছে? সো কি হয়? যেতিয়া some insects, okay, some parasite, they come to feed on this case in these plants, okay, in these crops. কি হ'ব তেতিয়ালে? They consume. Okay, they consume. So the BT toxin from these plants, okay, they enter the alkaline gut of the insect. Okay, they enter the alkaline gut of the insect. Aru hey alkaline gut ki hobe tumalokor cry gene gets activated. Okay, cry gene gets activated and it dissolves the gut of the insect. Thus it kills the insect. Okay, so thus it kills the insect. So in this way, and say BT toxin is harmless for humans. Okay, BT toxin is harmless for humans. It only targets your insect. So this is how you can actually control pests or control insects without using chemicals, right? okay, without using chemical. This is a type of organic farming, you can say, okay, organic farming. Penicillin is obtained from, very common question and very easy. We know that this is your Penicillium notatum, and penicillin, this was the first antibiotic to be discovered. It was discovered by whom? By Alexander Fleming. Okay, এখানে সকলোৱে জানা, ঠিক আছে, by Alexander Fleming, and this was the first antibiotic. Okay, ঠিক আছে. Which cyanobacteria are commonly used as biofertilizers? Which cyanobacteria? Who is it? Cyanobacteria. কি হ'ব? Nostoc and Anabaena. Okay, cyanobacteria, Nostoc and Anabaena. These are commonly used as your biofertilizers, right? ঠিক আছে. Rhizobacterium কি হ'ব? Rhizobacterium আমি পঢ়িলো, lactobacillus বাৰু বেলেগ হয়. Rhizobacterium তোমালোকৰ কি হয়? Nitrogen fixing bacteria. ঠিক আছে. Penicillium and Aspergillus, these are different azotobacter bacteria. এইবোৰ নহয়, Nostoc and Anabaena, these are cyanobacteria, whereas your Rhizobacterium, this is a nitrogen fixing bacteria. ঠিক আছে. These both this type, these they are used as your biofertilizers, right? Okay, sewage treatment. Sewage treatment primarily reduces ki BOD ne COD ne water content ne mineral content. Sewage treatment dot ki soa hoy? Ki soa hoy? Ki koisilo okoman agot je water body eta ami jodi purity ba ami impurity level ami sabo lage ki sam ami BOD sam. BOD ki asile? Biological oxygen demand sam, hoy na? If the BOD is higher, it indicates an impure or it indicates high level of organic matter, right? So it is dirty. So the BOD come hoy, then it indicates that the water body is fresh, right? So this is your BOD. It primarily reduces BOD. Okay. Okay, so this was your last question, ঠিক আছে? And I hope you have enjoyed this lecture, right? I hope তোমালোকে বুজি পাইছা. If you feel that I have made some mistakes, হয়তো মই কিবা ভুল কৰিছো, কিবা যদি মই if I have to improve, please, you all are welcome. তোমালোকে কমেন্ট কৰি জনাবা, ঠিক আছে? মই হেখিনি নেক্সট ক্লাস তোমালোকক ঠিক কৰাই দিম, okay? Your feedback is most welcome, ঠিক আছে? Okay? And thank you everyone. So let's meet in our next class, okay? Bye bye.